Russia suffered its highest casualty rate in Ukraine for over 2 weeks, according to Kyiv, whose latest figures outline the high cost of troops and equipment Moscow is facing in its full-scale invasion. On Saturday, Ukraine's general staff said that Russia had lost 1,130 troops the previous day, the biggest casualty count since March 26, when the same number was recorded. This has taken the total number of losses since the start of the full-scale invasion to 452,760. The grim milestone of 450,000 Russian losses was reached earlier this week. Ukraine's also said on Saturday that Russian forces had lost 23 tanks over the previous day, and 47 armored combat vehicles, ACVs, taking the total losses of these pieces of equipment over the course of the war to 7,169 and 13,745 respectively. Kyiv's estimates of troop losses are described as approximate, and include both dead and injured, and show a spike following a week of losses of around 700–800 a day. The last time it was higher was on March 22nd, when Kyiv's casualty count for Russia was 150. The highest tally so far this year is 1,290, recorded on February 18th, and the overall highest since President Vladimir Putin started the war more than 2 years ago, is 1,280 on October 19, 2023. Accurate figures of Russian losses are hard to come by, and other estimates give lower tallies, such as the British government's estimate from March 3rd, that Russian casualties killed and wounded had reached 355,000. Russian forces are hoping to capture the eastern settlement of Chasiv Yar in the next few weeks, Ukraine's commander-in-chief has said, after he warned fighting in eastern Ukraine had significantly worsened. The Russian military is working to capture Chasiv Yar by May 9th, Ukraine's army chief, Colonel General Oleksandr Syrsky, said in a post to the Telegram messaging app on Sunday. The town sits west of Bakhmut, which Russian forces captured in May 2023, after months of bitter and bloody fighting. Capturing Chasiv Yar would enable Russia to attack into Ukraine's belt of operationally significant fortress cities, the U.S. think tank, the Institute for the Study of War, ISWW, assessed on Saturday. Russia is currently on the eastern outskirts of Chasiv Yar, the institute said. These fortress cities are largely west of the current front lines, snaking down from Sloviansk to Kramatorsk, then further south to Druskivka and Kostiantynivka. Seizing Chasiv Yar could also help Russia cut off the settlement of Kostiantynivka, around 12 kilometers or just over 7 miles from the front line, which would compromise the backbone of Ukraine's defense in the Donetsk region, the think tank said. Russia's bearing down on Ukrainian defenses along the eastern front comes as anxieties in Kyiv over the future of U.S. military aid, a critical pillar propping up Ukraine's war effort, deepen. A package worth $60 billion has languished in Congress, ensnared by political infighting, just weeks ahead of a predicted Russian offensive getting underway as early as the end of May. Ukrainian officials and Western analysts have said a lack of crucial resources, such as ammunition, have restrained Ukraine's ability to fend off Russian operations. Moscow is attempting to break through our defenses west of Bakhmut, take control of Chasiv Yar, and create conditions for further advance towards the Donetsk city of Kramatorsk, the army chief said. The city lies northwest of Chasiv Yar. Syrsky said Ukraine had bolstered its defenses, including electronic warfare systems, drone use and ammunition supplies along the eastern front. Throughout more than 25 months of full-scale war, the eastern Donetsk region of Ukraine has remained a hotspot of clashes. The fall of Bakhmut last year and the capture of Avdiivka, a former Ukrainian stronghold, in February 2024, are Russia's two largest victories in the past year, both of which are located in Donetsk. Russia has upped its attacks on the eastern front that snakes through Donetsk in the past month, Syrskyi said on Saturday. The fighting along this section of the front line has significantly worsened in recent days, he added in a post to Telegram. Russia is actively attacking close to the Donetsk town of Lyman, north of Bakhmut, and down the line to the southwest of Bakhmut, Syrskyi said. Towards the city of Pokrovsk, southwest of Bakhmut, Moscow is using dozens of tanks and infantry fighting vehicles to try to break through Ukraine's defenses, the army chief added. Russia appears to place alternative emphasis on its efforts around Lyman, Chasiv Yar, and Pokrovsk, the ISW think tank said on Saturday. Ukrainian forces have successfully defended against prior Russian operational-level offensive efforts of this sort, when they had the resources the U.S. is currently withholding, the ISW added.
Осколочно-фугасный, заряд-фугасный, шкала 1000, прицел
421. Понятно, 421. Выстрел!